In a keyboard stand, I'm looking for something that I can trust. I know that I've spent a lot of money and I make money every day on something that I've invested in, and that's gonna make my living for me. And in order to do that, I have to take my equipment and I have to put it on something that I'm gonna rely on and trust for the entire day and from gig to gig during the day. My name is Philip Steiguer. I'm a keyboard player in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been here for 20 years. I've played for numerous artists and started with Blake Shelton in 2008. I work around town and I've also spent a lot of time recording in the studio. Hercules, I think of reliability. Hercules is a company that seems to solve every problem that I run into. They seem to have a solution for. A Z-stand for me tends to favor more of a studio setting. The flexibility and the fact that the sturdiness of them give you the perfect type of setup that you would be looking for in a home studio where you have maybe multiple keyboards and need access to different types of controllers. In the studio, I use a laptop. I'll use a tablet for if someone sent me charts. I'll use a phone, particularly if someone has sent me an email and with regards to their remarks of things that they want me to record. Beyond that, laptops for virtual instruments, microphones, and everything that goes along with that. When I'm looking in a keyboard stand, I'm looking at something that is going to last through the entire gig and that is going to withstand whatever I throw at the keyboard during a performance or during a recording session. The most important thing is to make sure it's going to hold whatever I put on it. So usually I'll put it together and I'll lean on it. I'll use my body weight to make sure that if it can withstand my body weight, it's going to withstand any kind of pressure, any kind of keyboard, and anything I put on top of that. It's obvious that Hercules has a great relationship with their R&D departments because I can see it in the product. I win personally using the product. You can tell that little details that other people don't have in their products, people have paid attention. These aren't designed by people that just go away and make something and say, here, make it work. You can tell that there are little details where they're getting feedback from people that actually use these things out in the field, out in the work, and say, hey, can you please make this tweak? Can you make this happen? I've noticed when I'm using them in the studio, on the road, out in a live setting, that I'm taking advantage of those opportunities. This is the collection of the Hercules Z stands. You have the two-tier and the single-tier over here. I favor these in my personal studio. They seem to be really good for fine-tuning exactly how I want things to sit for a more permanent amount of time. It's very easy to move these around and to manipulate if I need to move it from this wall to this wall, but they sit great flush against the wall. They sit a lot lower. They're even more sturdy than the X stands, and so you're gaining that stability and also gaining a lot of the maneuverability as you start to work with these Z stands and exactly how you want them to sit in your studio. I know for me, if I'm working on an analog synth or a controller, if I'm sitting and working down, I need control and access to those knobs. Well, guess what? You can take the second tier, angle it in, and you have access to those knobs as you're working on both of these at the same time. There's a lot more foot space with the Z-stand models, so you can line up a whole slew of your favorite expression pedals, sustain pedals, effects pedals, whatever you need down there. Again, one of my favorite, these accessory boom arms, and they're used in a few different ways here, which I really, really love. Again, tablets, if you have a chart, you're reading some music, there's the tablet holder that's been converted to connect onto that, and that's connected right onto that Z-bar stand right there. And then if you swing over here, okay, now we've connected the microphone to the exact same accessory boom arm connected a microphone or headphone hook over here, and cell phone as well. Right here is one of the most useful pieces in any studio, in any setting, especially when you have a laptop, to have this accessory table here. A great use of space. It's on a tripod where you can break it down. It's super easy to fit in, again, if you're working in smaller spaces or not, to be able to find a place if you have a laptop and a portable interface or anything like that with some hard disk drives or anything like that. It's a perfect place to put all of this stuff. Finally, you have the acoustic guitar stand, which has that interlocking. You just one hand, put it down, good to go, and the piano bench here as well, which is perfect. It goes well with these Z stands for the size if you're sitting down working in your studio on your favorite DAW.